around, right. Hey, I don't give a fuck about none of that dumb shit you talking about, all that kumbaya, fuck, crock. Right. Hey, I don't give a fuck about none of that dumb shit you talking about, all that kumbaya, fuck, crocker shit. Fuck all that dumb bitch you. Hey, round around with them poles, I got them slicks in the Jeep. Yeah, railroad, no exposed and we'll creep. Boy, you a junk ass, talking tough, boy, but you'll get your ass beat. Try that down gang shit, boy, put your ass put to sleep. All the niggas acting like whole nine, but it ain't nothing to me, yeah. Glock with a magazine, pull up on the scene, yeah. Ride around with them poles, I got the sticks in the Jeep. Railroad, no exposed and we'll creep, nigga creep. A lot been going on now, yeah, we strapped to the T. All these cracking acting like hoes now, but it ain't shit to me. You a jellyfish ass boy, yeah, you see through C. You know soldier bitch, but you a faggot ass drug leech. Or you a army boy, but that's not what steroids to a priest. I got my mind all made up, first, second, see you on the street. And these niggas can't let them slide, wanna suck white crack with me. So I'm on top, everybody that ain't like me. Can't even speak, nigga. You became the damn nation climax, put your ass to sleep. Talking on my damn back now, that's what a bitch said to me. But y'all already know that, cause the stock market got me rocking up my feet, nigga. Hey, round around with them poles, I got them sticks in the Jeep. Yeah, railroad, no exposed and cause we'll creep, nigga, creep. Boy, you a junk ass, talking tough, boy, but you'll get your ass beat. Try that down gang shit, boy, put your ass put to sleep. All the niggas acting like whole nine, but it ain't nothing to me, yeah. Glock with a magazine, pull up on the scene, yeah. Ride around with them poles, I got the sticks in the Jeep. Railroad, no exposed and cause we'll creep, nigga creep. Used to all that beef shit, cause that's all that I eat. All these fuck nigga, you a pig ass boy, leech ass leech. Yeah, fuck boy, what you talking about? Get your ass put it R.I.P. Nigga, fuck what you talking about to me. All my niggas out here wildin', all my niggas out here styling. All you niggas out there hiding, bitch bodies kept piling. All these fuck niggas riding around, boy, they can't fuck with a nigga. Boy, I'm a sharp born, true prince, nigga, true nation of Israel. You a fuck boy, nigga, to watch him out, what you talking about? They get stumped out with his AR all in your mouth. Hey, motherfucker RP on the goddamn Vegas damn scene. But it ain't nothing, cause they never got traced back to a real nigga like G. That's it. That's all the beat.
Look at this joint. Look at this joint. First star, I'm really that nigga. Truth be told, I'm a noble figure. Local niggas, they be so offended. One West world, it's global business.
Hold on, let me ask y'all a question. All y'all niggas in the same school and all that?
Hell, fuck yeah.
So now y'all niggas smoke weed?
Fuck no.
Don't fold if you say you win it. I was molded to it, now I'm it. Can't control, just the highest limit. Killer shit, or just an honest living. Gotta get it, ain't no time for wishing. The time is now, better pay attention. In my city, you can feel the tension. A terror squad, no pun intended. This ain't for you, but I recommend it. They know we coming, better clear the entrance. Shit get deep, but I keep digging. This how I look when you keep winning. Overtime, I had to take the hint. Shine bright, sit behind the sits. 1-on-1, I ain't in the mix. Ain't what you thought, better get a glimpse. Came up from a pedal bike. Pressing brakes, I ain't never liked. Whole time I was taking risks. They don't play with me cause they know I'm going nice. Round form, I ain't even started. Transform, I ain't here to bargain. You on watch, better move with caution. Chains on me, I don't do this often. No error, this shit flawless. Reach for it, you become a target. It ain't perfect, better keep walking. All I know is survival. All this fashion is tribal. Want the head of my rival. This about to go viral. I say the word, then it's final. To get the moving like Pronto. I'm just living my title. Do this shit with my eyes closed. All I know is survival. All this fashion is tribal. Want the head of my rival. It's about to go viral. Say the word, then it's final. Get to moving like Pronto. I'm just living my title. Do this shit with my eyes closed. Don't wanna hear all that street shit. Me and my niggas on defense. Wonder who I was in my past life. Don't even matter, that peep this. Remember the days when I was a trooper. Stay on the path and it won't confuse you. Bars all, I'm the one to do it. I roll on eights like a flight maneuver. Try to trick me, I ain't never moving. Camouflage, I can blend into it. They better ride, I don't do the Ubers. Let them talk, I don't hear the rumors. A little suffer ain't really nothing. The way I stop it, better play the trumpet. You see me coming, better get the running. If they see me coming, better get the running. You ain't never seen it, you ain't never witnessed, you ain't never noticed, you ain't never focused. I was really waiting. I was really training, sick and tired of being patient. I ain't never doubted, this was in the making. Use what I got, not in the waste. But rapping and singing could never drink it. But I'm from the bottom, so I gotta make it. This ain't rapping, it's a damn warning. Late night to the early morning. Got a vision, I planned it out. Try to stop me, but I kept going. I study plays, now I'm in the game, and it's all the same, but I had to change. You'll never crash if you in your lane. I can take the loss, cause it's all a game.
Yo, what Casamigos be in English? Drunk.
All I know is survival. All this fashion is tribal. Want the head of my rival. This about to go viral. Say the word, then it's final. To get the moving like Pronto. I'm just living my title. Do this shit with my eyes closed. All I know is survival. All this fashion is tribal. Want the head of my rival. It's about to go viral. Say the word, then it's final. Get the moving like Pronto. I'm just living my title. Do this shit with my eyes closed.
Where Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like stamps and I can't let no hoe to lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Circle up and stay alert. Another cop can stretch the nigga. He a demon, this an exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. You took that oath in blood, then you know I'm gonna get active with you. From the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit, and I ain't listening. Is in fact the If revenge was a woman, now I scope that bitch like Jake. So Tower War, we gon' run the summer. It's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that. Bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it Young Pay. How you real trigger know them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? What he saying something, I ain't hear. This shit life. It ain't on who got the gun, it's on who gon' up that fight first. I turn a bad situation to a game change. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain. Six shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that feeds you, you will never get that hand back. He bitch about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with that angels for your brothers. Everybody won't be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. A certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, I with that hollow side, yeah, this the rim McCoy. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my bread, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
I know exactly what they want. I know exactly what they want. Just be patient. My name is my name, power and glory, I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name, you go to war with me. We move the same, you think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name did more for me, y'all keep the fame. I want the glory, been that nigga, bitches never ignored me. Rich in spirit, little bitch can't afford me. They want static, fix it with a 4G, red beam on it. You think I'm recording, kicking front doors, you try to backdoor me. We are not a gang, bitch, we an army. Book the den, you know I don't tell stories. Keep it 100 in the lightning. You niggas fake baby K name Adonis. Mini Drake, clip curl, but somehow I can shoot it straight. Insta clip, I can shoot 4 minutes straight. Turn this to the Super Bowl if I need to. I can hit your chief up with an eagle. Set you up on the score, but they lied to you. Why you letting them niggas mislead you? My name is my name, power and glory. I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name. You go to war with me. We move the same. You think that it's for me? Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name did more for me. My name is my name, power and glory. I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name. You go to war with me. We move the same. You think that it's for me? Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name did more for me. You won't see it coming. I move like a crook, a thief in the night. So watch what you put. My aim precise. These bullets 12 inches long. A block away, I could take off the foot. Ask me no questions if you know my stance. Bitch, I'm the man, so thanks in advance. They mean a rifle on top of a tripod.
tripod. If they ever tell you I was taking a stand, they got run up on me, but I'm way too advanced. Spinning with choppers, turn you into a fan. Can show you the steps, but won't hold your hands. They thought they could stop me, it ain't go as planned. How I get this far? Cause I took a chance. Really got ranked, keeping it a band. This ain't what you think, better think again. This ain't what you think, you better think again. My name is my name, power and glory. I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name. You go to war with me. We move the same. You think that it's for me? Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name, they more for me. My name is my name, power and glory. I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name. You go to war with me. We move the same. You think that it's for me? Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name, they more for the war with the real, the fake, the snake, the mobsters. Blame it on y'all. Y'all created this monster. Went to war with the real, the fake, the snake, the mobsters. Blame it on y'all. Y'all created this monster. Went to war with the real, the fake, the snake, the mobsters. Blame it on y'all. Y'all created this monster. Went to war with the real, the fake, the snake, the mobsters. Blame it on y'all. Y'all created this monster.
Good. Everybody master one. Master one if you can hear me. Master one if you can hear me. All right. I'm also 50. I shot y'all, man. This is Brotherhood class. The topic today is the courage to fight. And I know a lot of people think when you say the courage to fight is always somebody throwing a lick or striking somebody. But it takes a lot more courage to fight for your spirit. You know, it takes a lot more courage to fight for your mental, and also physical, you know what I'm saying, your family, your job in America, just all as a whole, man. Every day you wake up in this hell we live in called America, in this world that's hell that we live in, you know, down in North America, South and Central America, over in the West Indies and everywhere else that we're scattered, you know, scattered abroad. It is hell, man. And it really take a strong spirited man, a black man, a brown man, a black woman, and a brown woman to stand and fight together in one unity. Right. Because as of right now in America, they tell you women, you don't need a man. Don't worry about a man. What that man could do for you. If he can't pay one time, Officer, shout out to Officer 500, Kazamar holding it down with me too in his Brotherhood class, man. Right. Once upon a time, maybe a year or two ago, they was talking about a man doing 50-50 with his woman. Right. Now it's talking about a man need to pay all the bills. Right. All the bills while a woman sits on her behind. Now they say a man needs to make 6 figures when the average man a year doesn't even make 48,000. 48,000. And in order for you to get certain benefits here in South Carolina, you can't make no more than what? I think 32,000, 35,000. And that is the spiritual warfare that America put us in, because America say that they so, you know, united, you know, land of the free, home of the brave. But each and every state, each and every city that you go over is a different law for this. Right. Right now in South Carolina, they just passed constitutional carry. Oklahoma, they been had it. But if you ain't from Oklahoma and you don't have an Oklahoma license or any neighboring state, you can't have constitutional carry. Right. Explain that. You got Democratic Republic. I mean, that's a big separation right there. You know what I'm saying? You got Bloods and the Crips. You got vegans you got vegans versus people, you know, natural meat people. You got, you know, woman empowerment versus, you know, what's the other joint? What they say, toxic masculinity. Yeah. It's a big division in America, but our people are so simple, so stupid. So, you know what I'm saying, to the point to where they undermine the lack of knowledge that they actually have, man. And when I say lack of knowledge, because they believe Facebook, YouTube scholars, TikTok, and every other damn media, what is called, outlet is some place that they learn information. That they really think they're learning some form of information eating a damn placenta, guys.
Right.
They talking about eating a damn placenta, but then look at us like we wrong for wanting multiple wives. The men out here tell women, hey, that's her body, let her do what she want to do. But meanwhile, he the same punk ass nigga, excuse my language, that's crying when his wife's sleeping around. This is what Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians go through day in and day out. We go through the ghettos, we go through the reservations, we go through the barrios, all to fight for one cause, is to try to survive. And the real coons is the one that sit here and want to hold hand to hand. Right. But I'm here to tell you, man, brotherhood and sisterhood is a weapon. And if I wasn't using brotherhood, I wouldn't even be teaching this class. If I didn't believe in brotherhood, I wouldn't even be in this goddamn school. I would have been like you, a coward that is sitting on the couch, smoking weed, popping all the box that you possibly can before you realize you have overdosed on fentanyl, before you have realized that you contracted AIDS and HIV, and now you want to have brotherhood by telling young brothers, settle down, take care of your kids. Now telling other women, don't smoke because it's fentanyl in it. Right. Why are our people so adapted to pain and suffering? Why are our people so adapted to violence? Right. And with any pain and suffering, we got violence first in our community first. Why is that? But again, I'm teaching you the courage to fight. The courage to fight cigarette addiction and weed addiction. The courage to fight, you know, the sexual deviance that you're constantly fumbling with, watching pornography. The same fight that you got with hating your brother because he got a pair of shoes, or he in this so-called sorry behind gang, you know what I'm saying, that y'all beefing over. And y'all really don't even know why y'all beefing. You really don't. In the first precept, we're gonna pull whenever you get a chance. Let me get that. Psalms 133 and 1. Our people have failed to realize that Martin Luther King's dream is not the way that we need to be looking. We don't dream to say the same as Christians up here. And better yet, we don't dream at all in here. Right. We come to this Bible, we come to the scripture because this is the real direction. Not following the goddamn sun and the moon because of the eclipse. Not following the stars and zodiac. What is that going to do? What are you so worried about looking at the moon when you can't get off weed? Like Captain Cesariak said, you're so fascinated with the moon and the stars and the quasars and galaxy, but you don't even know how to get off of weed, but you know everything that's in the solar system because you're weak. You don't have the courage to fight, man. You have the courage to adopt whatever the oppressor says that's right. Right. But somebody tell you to take the shot for COVID. Oh no, they got something in that shot. But they are now legalizing weed, but you smoking the weed. That's the same goddamn oppressor giving. But you don't want to take heed to that. You'll take heed to a so-called shot that you believe the oppressor put his hands on, but you don't want to take heed of weed. Right. What's the point of selling condoms now, guys? Right. Y'all don't take heed to sex. So what's the point of selling condoms and birth control? You got something on it? Go ahead and bring the precept out, man.
He said Psalm 133.
Psalm 133 and 1.
To Psalm 133 and verse 1. A song of the degrees of David. Mm-hmm. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity.
This is King David saying how wonderful, how great it is for brothers to dwell in unity as one body. Not you being a vice lord and thinking you Muslim, and then you got an African over here thinking they Muslim. That's not unity. That's still division. King David said it is beautiful to see brothers dwell in unity. Meaning you putting that gang banging and that disgusting religion called Islam down. You coming together under one body of no religion, of who you are, of your heritage, man, of your culture, of your customs. I mean, one body is not me sitting in the trap house while you smoking weed and I'm not telling you to put the weed down. One body. Sisters, it's so many wonderful sisters out here in the world, but we can't what's the word? Differentiate the difference because she hang around with nothing but hoes. That is not unity. Unity is when you're doing the same thing, fighting for the same cause. That's why Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, they couldn't come together.
Right.
Malcolm X wanted violence. Martin Luther King wanted this. And at the end of the day, what either one of them wanted, neither one of them won nothing. Because our hoods are still looking the same.
Right.
We still got to have these damn classes to get your simple behind up out of Islam and out of Christianity. We got to sit here and tell your simple behind, somebody smack you in your face physically, you go to war with them.
Right.
The scripture mean if you turn the other cheek, meaning you do right by your brother. But if your brother keeps striking you, goddamn, you defend yourself.
Right.
But still try to show mercy on him. That's all on there?
Verse 1.
All right, so let me get that Amos 3 and 12.
Yeah.
So this is what we coming down to, because there's a lot of people nowadays that are actually waking up with the truth, but there's a lot of y'all that still want to be wizards and warlocks, necromancer and charmers. Y'all still want to be all it is, but I'm going to tell you, it's going to come to a point as of right now today that all of Israel is not going to make it to that you know what I'm saying, the kingdom. All of Israel is not going to make it to that holy place. You know why? Because you're hard-headed. And when this is why you're hard-headed, is because you think you got the answers. You think because you haven't been unalive or anybody you know, you think because you didn't contract a disease and you know what I'm saying, and you're still able to be a sexual deviant, you think because you're able to get high and you think nobody is going to lace none of your drugs, that's why you continue to do it.
Right.
But just because nothing of that happens does not mean you will make it on them chairs. Yeah. The Lord might allow nothing to happen to you, but for you to enjoy your high and enjoy your sex, for you to have to watch your loved ones or the people in the ISUPK get on them chariots. I pray right now, the Passover is next week. And I pray right now that the Lord come next week. If your ass ain't at that Passover, you are left behind.
That's right.
Salaki, you got anything on there in the chat?
Oh yeah, we got Officer Hakunayah checking in.
So
We
correct.
got Officer Sharp checking in. And we also got Sister Raya checking in.
Mhm. Most correct.
Checking in. And that's it.
All right, and go ahead and drop that precept on.
It's Amos 3 and 12.
Mm-hmm.
Thus said the Lord, as the shepherd taketh out the mouth of the lion 2 legs.
Thus saith the Lord, as the shepherd taketh out the mouth of the lion 2 legs.
Right.
Everybody knows a shepherd's job is to guard the flock, to guard the sheep. That's the only job the shepherd has, is to hold that staff with power and to guard and protect the sheep and to protect the flock. Go ahead.
Or a piece of an ear.
Mm-hmm.
Or shall the children of Israel be taken out that dwell in Samaria,
Mm-hmm.
in the corner of a bed, and in Damascus in a couch.
So the same ear that we was able to pluck, the shepherd was able to pluck, and the same 2 legs the shepherd was able to pluck, those sheep, that flock is being devoured by a wicked beast. And the shepherd can only fight and be able to free bits and pieces of that flock, bits and pieces of the sheep of Israel, meaning all of us are not going to be saved. These fake Israelites is not going to be saved. We are these shepherds in the ISUPK trying to protect, trying to pluck the ear, trying to pluck the leg out of these wicked beasts, these lions, these hyenas, these gators that's out here in the world. But our people do not want to listen, so they'll be devoured.
Right.
But we will be able to still get them 1 or 2 legs, get the ear from the ones who are actually having the courage to effing fight. Salakia.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Read it again, because I don't even think they got the precept. They still on the couch smoking weed. They not even in the chat sitting here trying to go back and forth. They smoking weed saying this nigga lying.
Right.
He don't know what he talking about. He's sipping yayin. But the Bible's gonna tell you. Go ahead.
From the top.
Mm-hmm.
It's Amos 3 and 12.
Mm-hmm.
Thus said the Lord, as the shepherd taketh out of the mouth of the lion.
As a shepherd taketh out of the mouth of the lion. The lion is an apex predator that eats everything.
Right.
And matter of fact, I ain't say everything. Whatever it wants. Go ahead.
2 legs or a piece of an ear.
So the same fight that this shepherd is going between with this lion, he is trying to take pluck the ear, pluck the legs out of this lion's mouth, fighting to get these people out, going to war, doing his job to get these people out of this lion's mouth. And you know what the lion's doing? Don't think the lion's just going to let you have it. The lion's going to fight back for you to stay on drugs, to stay on OnlyFans, to stay voting, to stay believing in his damn dream that Martin Luther King told it that he had, to stay going in this damn Ramadan. Simple as that. The lion is also fighting the shepherd, but the shepherd is going to get certain parts of that body, and you can look that up in Ezekiel 35.
Right.
When it comes to the different parts of the body, the shepherd is fighting for different parts of the body, and he's doing his job. Why? Because he has the power to do it.
Right.
TD Jakes doesn't. TD Jakes got a whole bunch of rumors with him and P. Diddy, Eddie Long, Kurt Franklin. All of them is supposed to be shepherds fighting for the people. Meanwhile, they are the ones that are the lions.
Right.
Go ahead.
Okay. So shall the children of Israel be taken out that dwell in Samaria, in the corner of a bed, and in Damascus in a couch.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right, let me get first Maccabees 3:19, and we go to 22. See, that's what we got to have the understanding that you can't put your trust and your love and your hope into celebrities. Reason being, they only have one job.
Right.
It's to be a celebrity, to entertain you like a Denzel Washington, to make good music like Tory Lanez. You know, what else? I mean, it's so many other things out here that these celebrities are just here to just do that one job. One job.
Right.
Like imagine you was following Kyrie Irving, like them purple cat, following Kyrie Irving and Kyrie Irving turn around and be a Muslim. Then people thought they were just so powerful for Kyrie Irving to hawk a loogie in their damn face. DC Young Fly.
Yeah.
He's an Israelite and he believes it. Well, did believe in this whole Israelite custom, but he bent over, head touching the damn carpet like he a Muslim.
Right.
Come on. I mean, Tank Davis, Devin Haney,
right.
Lil Durk. Who else supposed to be a Muslim now? Everybody want to be a Muslim after last year. Earlier this year, everybody a Muslim. Why? You depend on these people to guide you and teach you what you're supposed to know, but these people are just entertainers.
Right.
Like imagine me leaning on, you know what? I'm going to follow Wiz Khalifa. I feel like he knows what he's talking about. And he's a goddamn addict. He smokes weed. He came to outrun me. I mean, come on, man. If I have to follow him and him be my leader, he came and fight for himself.
Right.
And he's a leader. Go ahead, man. Yeah, come.
All right, cut. First Maccabees 3:13, right?
3:19.
This is First Maccabees 3:19. For the victory of battle standeth not in the multitude of an host.
So your victory does not come from 1,000 to 1. Your battles does not come to 1,000 of you and 1 of him. Because I seen many of brothers, I mean, just on Facebook, with 4-5 Edomite ass by the pool by himself.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen it. So your battle that's won does not matter about how many numbers you actually got. Because here in the ISUPK, we don't want numbers. We really prefer you to leave. If you don't have the courage to fight back, we prefer you to leave.
Right.
Simple as that. I mean, simple as that. The Lord is a man of war, and we're going to fight. And if you don't want to fight, go join the other side. Dismiss yourself. We'll respect you. We'll love you as a brother and sister, but we don't need you here because you think your numbers mean something when it comes to going to war. It doesn't. It doesn't at all. I mean, I always thought through high school when somebody jumped somebody, and if they fought back, the whole squad getting clowned, if somebody at least handle their own. You know what I mean? So how do you think your numbers mean anything? Anything. Go ahead.
For the victory of battle standeth not in the multitude of an host, but strength cometh from heaven.
So the strength coming from the Lord. Your numbers don't mean anything. The strength is coming from the Lord. You know how long y'all beat down Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians? For over 400 years, America.
Right.
You know how long the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians been beat down before then? 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 years. We've been beat down that long. And as of right now, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians have nothing but this Bible. And I find it funny that every kingdom right now that's standing is falling to their wits as we speak. Right. They think it's just rumors of war and this and that. The World War III, the brink of it is right here at your front door. And Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, they're slowly waking up. And that's the power of the Lord. That's not the multitude of us. That's the power of the Lord that's doing that. Because a lot of y'all that sit here and turn your back on the truth are going to be the one that fall to your wits. That's who you're going to be. A lot of you that want to join the American military, you are going to be the one that fall to your goddamn wits. Simple. And guess what? You deserve it. You deserve every last bit of it. You deserve it. It's just like if a parent tells a child, don't touch the eye on the oven, and you burn yourself, there is nothing your parent can do after that but say, I told you so. Right. And that's what the Lord's doing with us right now, because we don't want to listen. We think we know everything. And so the Lord going to take that belt off and wear our behinds out. Simple as that, as a good father should. The Lord is disowning us as a good father should. Maybe if a few of you parents, you know what I'm saying, of course you fight for your child. You fight with your child to make sure your child do right. But maybe if that child starts selling drugs in your house, you'll disown them and kick them out, which you would. Maybe if you start disowning your child because they prefer and they love to be a homosexual and disregard what you say, you should disown them. You should. You should. If your daughter wants to be a whore and sleep out of both, you know what I'm saying, be loose in her hip, maybe you should disown her. If your son want to sell drugs, you should disown him. You know why? Because the Lord disowned us. We wonder why we went through what we went through 400 years. For what? Because we're still doing it. Just like off of Men's Society, Cain said to the Christian pastor, he really don't believe it's a God, because if it was a God, niggas won't be out here getting smoked. And it was a heavy point, because just that scene, that's how a lot of Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people think. But they don't really think to want to observe, why is my neighborhood selling drugs? Because the European man dropped them off and you adopted them. Why are my sisters going to the abortion clinic? Because the Europeans say, woman, thou art loose. And you're screwing them and you think it is okay because you could get a quick fix. That's why. We don't have the courage we're not entitling ourselves to fight back like we should. Right. We have to embody the fact that we can fight. And it's a spiritual warfare, not physical. I'm not saying go out here and then pull out guns, because it's not going to happen. We're not going to win. I mean, I was just speaking to my cap earlier this morning, and he said, I ain't stupid, but I see race wars coming. And that's the goddamn truth. Oh, yeah. It's the truth. Just a month or two ago, you had the Nazis marching all with it. It was through Tennessee, somewhere like that. I mean, marching proudly. When have they ever done that? Right. Go ahead, man. You go ahead. Keep reading, sir. Yeah.
Verse 20. Mm-hmm. They come against us in much pride and iniquity to destroy us.
The IUIC comes against us in much pride. Much pride. Right. Much pride. They change our Dawadah, our Magun Dawadah, to a damn menorah. They take the meat trees, the crowns, the head pieces off to fulfill and make the white man feel, soothed. They say that a man can only have one wife, and they come up against us. They come up against, the oppressors come up against us. But it was one oppressor I do got respect for, Vladimir Putin, but that's as far as it goes because he's been honest. But they come up against us and tell us we can't do this. We can't do that. They come up with so much pride, like, why do you deserve it? Get a job, you nigger. Spitting on the stone water bottles. They come up against us in pride. You know why? Because we're low right now. And the Lord is going to make you pay for it. Not only you, he's going to make each and every last one of us pay for it, because they want to side with you. Right. Like you're Martin Luther King. Oh, you're supposed to love everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody going to make it to the kingdom. You are going to suffer. That's why the scriptures say, though hand join hand in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. Right. And you will serve that time out. You will. The same way you have oppressors in the penitentiary with a bunch of niggas, spicks, and savages. When the tables turn, you will have a bunch of niggas, spicks, and savages serving time right along with the mass majority of oppressors in the penitentiary. It's going to happen. Read it from that part that you stopped off of. Just scroll up verse 20 if you could.
They come against us in much pride and iniquity to destroy us.
Mm-hmm. Like for example, them little purple guys had the audacity to step to brothers in Kansas. They had the audacity to step to brothers in Atlanta doing the Lord's work. They had the audacity. Them Edomites in Alabama had the audacity to try to jump on that one black brother.
Right.
And they come to us in pride. And when we react, they say, oh, they gangsters. They ex-murderers. They ex-drug dealers. They gangbanging. God damn it, that's who we were. We didn't forget. We just put it in the way for it to be righteous for the Lord. Go ahead.
And our children, and our wives and children, and to spoil us.
Mm-hmm. So they come to destroy our wives, our sisters, our children, our brothers. They made in the 80s. They made our mother. They made our mothers crack whores. In the 80s, they made our mother crack whores, and still to today, you got dysfunctional men and women just due to what happened in the 80s. We still got dysfunctional men, women, and men and women in the penitentiary right now behind crack in the 80s, behind gangs through the 70s, the 80s. We got all our people dysfunctional behind that. And you mean to tell me we're the wrong? We shouldn't have courage to want to fight for our people?
Right.
The ISUPK, y'all too hard, y'all delivery wrong? That's what our people need to hear. Somebody, you don't, when it's time for a track meet, this is an ex-track runner. This brother fast as hell. Let y'all know, I thought I was faster than him. And goddamn, I stopped dead in the race and I told him he was cheating. But we all know when it comes to a track meet, a football game, a wrestling match, it ain't no R&B getting crunk up in the group. It ain't no R&B getting crunk when it's time, you know what I'm saying, for brothers to go do drive-bys.
Right.
It ain't no R&B getting played or no soft music getting played when a goddamn boxing match coming up.
Right.
It's raw music. It's violence. That's because that's what's in our spirit, man. That's what we play to put ourselves in the game. Right. That's just how we is, man.
Right.
We need that up music. We need that music that gets you cranked, man.
Right.
And that's why the ISUPK speaks the way we speak, is to put that spirit inside of you. Give that black man his fighting spirit back. Give that woman her fighting spirit back as a woman. We're not going to sully it down, in the words of Shaw, or water it down to fulfill your needs. To tell you, brother, you shouldn't smoke weed no more. You shouldn't. God damn it, get off of weed, you goddamn crackhead. You know what weed gonna do to you and your kids? Weed don't do nothing for you, your kids, or your mother. If you want to smoke weed, you don't care about yourself, your mother, or your kids, because you ain't gonna live to survive and see how are they gonna grow. Y'all don't want to hear it that way, but that's the way Israel needs to hear it. Because in Chicago, in St. Louis, in Chicago, in Florida, his brothers doing drive-by, you know what I'm saying, letting off the switch, drilling, drumming, all type of stuff. And them brothers ain't gonna hear what a Christian pastor got to say. It has to be another austere nigga that look like me, look like him, and look like him, that's gonna come to him, step to him looking rough, like, hey, bro, that ain't even the way. That's not the way. I used to do that, and this is what happened to me. You know, the reason why you going through and why you about to do this drill is because you ain't got this, and I can prove it to you. But your pastors ain't gonna tell you that. Your pastors not gonna tell you that. Your pastors want the weak ones who gonna come to the church, spend 30, 40, 50, 60, whole, 401k, you know what I mean? What's that title? The deed to the house. The pastors want the people that's going to give that up. That's going to give that up. And when those people are unalived and gone, their kids got to deal with a whole nother revolving door of not having nothing, not having the truth. Go ahead, sir.
Verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
But we fight for our lives and our laws.
We what?
But we fight for our lives.
We don't smoke. We don't sleep with whores. We don't deal with brothers that's gangbanging unless we trying to save them. We don't vote. We ain't gonna sit here and counsel and be up under another woman when she got a husband.
Right.
We ain't sexual abusers. We ain't physical abusers to adults. Period. Like the IUIC say, if a woman is a lesbian, you can physically take it from her to knock her back straight.
Right.
That's still sexually abusing. So what about the man? If the man is LGBT, what do they do in there? Right. What do the IURC do for them? Sexually abuse a man too? Because it ain't nothing but the homosexuals. I mean, that's all they is. You know what I mean? They gyrating in all this other garbage. Come on, man. Sashaying, dancing at dance competition. I wish I would see a nigga dance competition this past. I'm going to tell. I'm going to damn tell. But again, we fight for our laws.
Right.
We fight for our laws because we understand it here. In order for us to survive, somebody has to be the one on the front line to give their life. You have to be the one to put your life on the line for Christ, so his death would not be in vain. Let me say it that way. You would have to. As of right now, Christians say we're waiting on Jesus. We're waiting on Jesus. You are making Christ's name in vain, because as long as you waiting on Christ, you're gonna keep eating hog maw, shrimp, crab, lobsters, all this other catfish, and you're gonna continue doing that. And Christ's life ain't gonna mean anything to you because you're able to fulfill your belly. Right. Somebody has to fight. Somebody has to. God. And for anybody that's in America that's outside of ISUPK, you applaud. You stand up strong and say, thank you for your service to the veterans. You applaud the Navy, the Air Force, the all of them. You applaud all of them because they're actually fighting for your beliefs in America, for your so-called laws and your constitutions in America. Meanwhile, you're nothing but another nigger, wetback, savage, and you're giving all these people all the ups, all the reverence. Meanwhile, you ain't even gonna fight for your own laws. Right. You're having them fight for the laws that's given to you. And this Bible right here, we're fighting for these laws given to us. But you look at us as we're a hate group. Right. We don't love nobody. Jesus loves. Come on, man. You have to have the courage to fight in general, not only for yourself, not like a Christian being selfish. You have to fight for your family. You know what I'm saying? The sake of your nation, not just your family, because your family is only this big, and your family really doesn't mean anything if they're not the one that's serving the Lord like they're supposed to be. Right. That's what Christ said. Who is my mother? Who is my father? These are my mother, and you know what I'm saying, Sloggy. Who is my mother? Who is my brother? They are my mother and brother. You know what I mean? For them, and I'm paraphrasing, for them that do the Lord's work, basically. You got anything in the chat, sir?
Yeah. We got DeVaris Murphy checking in.
Most High in Christ. That's my brother. Hey, Shalom. Go ahead.
And we got Officer Nayar checking in.
Mm-hmm.
And we got Officer Tapasar checking in.
Most High in Christ, man. Most High in Christ. Hey, shalom to y'all, man. Hey, hope everything good with y'all, man. See y'all at Passover. You know what I mean? Right. Y'all continue to fight. That Passover demon is a you know what. But at the end of the day, I ain't worried about y'all. We in the UPK, man. We got the courage and the audacity to fight back. Right. Fight back all demons, mothers, fathers, whatever the case may be. We got the right to fight back, and we gonna abuse the right to fight back. Let me say that. Abuse the right to fight back for what's right, man. Hey, and again, shalom, y'all. Go ahead. Bring that precept.
Oh, same one?
That was verse 22?
21.
Yeah.
All right. But we fight for our lives and our laws. Mm-hmm. Verse 22. Wherefore,
I'm glad you said that real quick, Salakia. Mm-hmm. And that when that precept right there, that every time I read that point of the precept, I always think about George Floyd when it said we fight for our lives and our laws. Imagine the cell phone wasn't the way it is now. Imagine the cell phone was in 2008. When George Floyd got that knee put on his neck, imagine how many real black men who would have went up there and kneed the officer in the head, caused some type of confusion, kick him, push him, or whatever, for this brother to survive. Not only for the fight for the live part, but fight for the law. Because Christ even said, any man that give his life for his brother, you know what I mean? You consider you great. Man, pull that precept, Salakia. Well, what's that precept? Any man that give his life for his brother. Friend, Salakia. And that part of the precept is so heavy because of the fact that it's like, if the cell phone wasn't here, publicity wasn't here, you know what I'm saying? Weak people wasn't here. So much of this whole, what's these likes and views? If that really wasn't here and you was a step into reality, George Floyd would have never went down like that. But sorry to say, the Lord had to use this man as an example to show our people how things going right now. To show what we need to actually work on. Because as of right now, if a woman will put a post on Facebook at the end of the night, if it ain't reach a couple thousand, she gonna drop it and find another way. And in her last resort, and sometimes women make it their first resort to show some flesh. Right. Just like men. Men will sit here and do this and do that and post this and post that for views. And that's disgusting and weak and soft as a man. For you to want to be seen like a woman. A man that wants to be seen like a woman, you are a woman. Simple as that. Simple as that. Your emotions like a woman, you know what I mean? Or your mannerism like a woman and everything else. Right. You got it?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is John 15 and 13. Mm-hmm. Greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends.
No greater love than a man has this. If a man lay down his life for his friend. George Floyd, and I'm not putting George Floyd as if he's Christ or anything like that, but just what George Floyd had to go through, and for you to watch what he was going through. All the cell phones was out there, and not one man, not one teenager, not one nobody had the audacity to nudge him off. You hear people in the back saying, hey, you're choking them, you're doing this, you're doing that. But how long is it going to be before we take action? Right. Righteous action. Not going out unalive, but taking righteous action. Being a real brother and telling them, don't do this. Don't do that. If you're going to do this, then I can't even deal with you on that type too. If Shorty, if you're going to do that, I'm not even going to deal with you on that type. If you want to go out here and sleep around like that, don't ever ask me to watch your kids again. That's how we need to come off on one another. But when it comes to love, we need to come off and be stern. Because now in America, they got this whole tendency to say, oh, you're mad. What you mad for? You know what I'm saying? Why you saying it like that? It's not even about being mad. It's not about why I'm saying it like that. Take the goddamn message. Right. Go ahead back to that precept, sir. Yeah.
First Maccabees 3 and 22. Mm-hmm. Wherefore the Lord himself will overthrow them before our face.
And the Lord is going to overthrow them. The Lord is going to, you see what the hell Donald Trump going through right now? You see that? Donald Trump hates niggas, hates Mexicans and Spanish in general. Don't get your mind effed up because he giving you $1,200. Don't let that be the reason why you vote for Donald Trump or you don't change your life. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, Obama, Michelle Obama don't give a flying F about you. Diddy don't give a damn about you. Nobody cares about a black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man who is not famous. If you're not famous, you're poor. You are poor, man. Simple. If you ain't making it 500,000, 600,000, 700,000, you are poor. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that because you can have all the money in the world and still not be rich in spirit. You can have all the money in the world and still be dead in spirit. That's why you got Chris Brown doing cocaine, Bobby Brown doing cocaine, goddamn DMX doing drugs, Jamie Foxx. Well, DMX was doing drugs, Jamie Foxx doing drugs. That's why you got Prince, because of overdose, Michael Jackson because of overdose, Kurt Cobain because of overdose, Jimi Hendrix because of overdose. They had all this money and they still was dead inside. Got to get high to numb their pain. Understand, it is always a poor man on the corner that is comfortable and happy. Even though he don't want to be in that position, his life is a lot more glorious than somebody else out here who got to do drugs to find happiness, to find sex, to find happiness. If you don't listen to a bum, you a bum. If you don't listen to a bum, you're an idiot. Only thing a celebrity and somebody with money could teach you is how to be a celebrity and how to make money. Because right now, 50 Cent, for him to get shot down the way he did, 50 Cent does not even go in the hoods and say, this is why it happened. That's why it happened. 50 always come abroad, Officer Kai, and say, he always got this deep talk subliminally when it comes to somebody else. If this happened, this is how I'm going to deal with it. What kind of information is that to pass when you almost lost your life? Right. What kind of information is that? Come on, man. Only young nigga right now I can respect, and I still don't even know because I don't deal with his music too much, is NBA Youngboy. After he dropped that one track, Stop the Violence. I don't know what he did after that, but I actually turned the ear to him just a little bit. Just a little bit. Right. Go ahead, man.
Wherefore the Lord himself will overthrow them before our face. And as for you,
hold up. So the Lord's gonna overthrow them right in your goddamn face. Diddy and Jay-Z was holding the record in the music industry for the most wealth, right?
Yeah.
And now look, Donald Trump name ring bells, and now look, it ain't good bells ringing. Who else? Who else? The Lord just overthrowing everybody. TD Jakes, woman, thou art loose. Swallow, Lord, I see the wood. And now the Lord overthrowing his ass too.
Right.
The Lord is overthrowing each and every way that Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian look. The Lord is overthrowing each and every last one of them. And it might be you next. You might be the same one getting overthrown because you think because you could sell a little bit of weed, or you got this much box, or this much women, or you got these many niggas that's gonna buy your meals and pay for your hair. The Lord might overthrow you next to show your child or your mother where they went wrong, and your child where they should not go wrong.
Right.
And it's righteous and it's well deserved. God damn it. Go ahead. No. Whatever you were trying to do tonight.
I had a quick precept.
Go ahead.
For exactly what you were saying. As far as now he gonna throw them down in front of our face, all these celebrities and everything. Is Mark 13:25 says, and the stars of heaven shall fall, and the powers that are in heaven shall be shaken.
You want me to break it down? See, and that's the thing. When the precept said the stars of heaven shall fall, a lot of y'all think the star is in the sky.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what y'all think when it comes to the Bible. Y'all think it's a star in the sky.
Yeah.
But it's speaking on the stars that have a high rank. Somebody who just sitting up so high, gleaming and just glistening, and everybody just looking, just admiring all the chains, all the rings, the biggest ass. You know what I mean? The most money, the most cars. You know what I mean? The people that can say whatever they want to say on the media, them is the stars. And them going to be the same stars that fall. Them falling stars. And then the heavens shall be shaken. Them heaven, when it comes to an oppressor over here in America, America got beef with everybody.
Yeah.
But again, Donald Trump is in his heaven. Vladimir Putin is in their heaven. All of them are in their heaven, and everything is being shaken. You hear about every goddamn ship over there in the Middle East. You hear about all this war and rumors of war going on with Vladimir Putin about to go to the Middle East now.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Lil Kim over there in China. I mean, come on, man. Lil Kim Jong-un, man. Lil Kim, he little.
I think it's
Korea, Salaki. But the heavens will be shaken. And the heaven is a glorious place. But right now, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, we have to have the courage to fight. Why? Because our heaven is not here.
Right.
Our heaven is our heaven is when they fall into the hell we live in.
Right.
And when we say hell is a condition.
That's right.
Hell is when you got to figure out how the hell you want to pay your Passover fee next week. Hell is when you got to figure out how you're going to get custody of your goddamn kids. Hell is when you have a loudmouth bitch that you got to go to sleep beside, and she just won't shut up. That's what it is. Hell is when a black and brown man cannot find a job when you're trying. Hell is when you're on child support and they take your license to stop you from getting a damn job to staying out of jail. That's hell. That's hell. Hell is when you can't get approved as a black or brown person when it comes to an apartment or a goddamn vehicle to get around. That's hell. Hell is when you get pulled over and you got to wonder, are you going to die? That's what hell is. Hell is when you have to sit here and think at work, is my woman sleeping with anybody? That's hell. But the heaven, the oppressor, a white man don't give a goddamn.
Right.
If she want to sleep around, I throw in the trash to go give me 100 more. I'm Donald Trump. I'll grab her by the box and everything be all right. That's heaven and this is hell. But we would not understand what heaven is until we follow the law, statutes, commandments in this Bible. And that's why I say time and time again, shout out to Commander General Hunter for holding Israelite School a universal practical knowledge down, because he is the man that the Lord ordained to teach us. And I can vouch for it. I was one of y'all once upon a time. Go ahead with that precept. Will you continue, sir?
Good. Wherefore the Lord himself will overthrow them before our face.
Mm-hmm.
And as for you, be not afraid of them.
And be not afraid of them. This is the issue that falls when it comes to Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. Kyrie Irving said what he said. And he held out for a little bit, but then turned around, said sorry to play ball, and then outside of that, jumped over to being a Muslim. Kanye, he's a real soldier, but he held out as long as he can and jumped over and apologized. That's what it is. DC Young Fly. All of them are afraid of the white man. And so are you if you're still selling weed and smoking weed. I mean, simple. So are you. If you feel as if, we in America, I'm free, my body, my choice, you're afraid of them too. Yeah. Because once you start standing as a woman and realizing I'm worth more than just some tail or smoking weed and letting a man run up in me, you're afraid of them because you don't want to be looked at being anything different, anything odd. Being odd is sometimes a good thing. Being very odd is a good thing at times. Right. You have to stand out. Stand alone and be different like you're supposed to. That's why the scriptures say, be ye separate, be ye holy, for therefore I am, you know what I'm saying? We can pull the precepts all day if you ask for them. Anything else on that 22?
That was it.
Jeremiah 17:5. We're going to 10. So what time it is? Okay. Today, this class topic is encouragement. Encouragement. The courage to fight. Right. The courage to fight is nothing wrong with that, man. It's nothing. I mean, it comes as simple as being in a house with your wife or your husband and have to fight your tongue. Right. Sometimes when the argument comes, you know what I mean, just bite your tongue. That's the fight right there alone. And a lot of us still didn't even master when to talk and when not to talk. So, I mean, you can do it when you go to work. So that means you can go home and do it. You know why you don't do it when you're at work? It's because there's a law at work. And you are afraid of the oppressor. I'm not saying go lose your job. But when you go home, there's no law. You don't respect that man in your house. Or you just want to feel as if I'm the man and rule over your woman. Any type of way. You're a roaring lion at home. But all reality, you're a coward in the world. Go ahead.
It's Jeremiah
17:5.
It's Jeremiah 17 and verse 5. Mm-hmm. Thus said the Lord, cursed be the man that trusteth in man.
Cursed be the man that trusteth in man. A lot of y'all believed in TD Jakes so long. Y'all don't fault great men, spit on great men that taught us from generation to generation because of what they said about TD Jakes. And lo and behold, 2024 come up. This man is doing disgusting stuff. Right. Saying disgusting stuff. Go ahead.
And make it flesh his arm, whose heart departed from the Lord.
Oh, slow down. And when he said making flesh his arm, meaning letting your own mind, letting your flesh, your rod, what you want to do, be your strength. That's what it's saying. Making your flesh your arm. Right. Making what you want to do your strength as if you know a goddamn thing. You like this is what gets this mind-boggling to me, sir, is the fact that you know so much. You know smoking weed is going to have you lose your job. You know that. But you smoke weed and want to go pay for piss. How stupid are you? It's simple. I mean, it's basic 1 + 1, 2 + 2, 3 + 3. But you make your flesh your strength. Well, I'm gonna smoke this blunt. I'm gonna just go use some dirty pee. But what if that works? And then in the morning of you go home, you can ready to go home and get pulled over and weed in your car. Then what? Lose your job, lose your car, lose your kids. What? Then what? And you got a warrant already that you thought you were hiding out about. You're an idiot, man. The Lord seek you in different ways. Right. You think the subtile beast meaning the white man is clever? The Lord is more clever because he sent that oppressor out there to destroy you, and you allowing it to happen. Right. Go ahead.
And make it flesh his arm, and whose heart departed from the Lord. Mm-hmm.
So you making your flesh, you making your desire, you know what I'm saying, your own desire, you make your own desire strong at first. And that's why we departed from the Lord. Right. You believe in stars and quasars. You believe in my body, my choice, and feminist movement, and you know what I'm saying, land of the free, and I'm a Moor, and so-called conscious and Kemet and all of that, you are departing from the Lord. Go ahead.
Verse 6. For he shall be like the heath in the desert.
So you would be like the heath in the desert. And if you ain't know, when it comes to being in the desert, there's a drought. You're troubled. You are troubled in the desert. There's no water. There's no food. Anything out there is going to kill you in the desert. Think about Australia. Australia is a continent full of venomous, poisonous reptiles. I mean, damn, kangaroos ain't venomous, but they dangerous. Scorpions, ants, all type of stuff, snakes that's venomous and dangerous. Right. And you'll be out in that desert, you know what I'm saying, suffering. You know, everything will seem like a mirage.
Right.
Go ahead.
And shall not see when good cometh, but shall inhabit the parched places in the wilderness.
So when it comes to you being in that desert, you're so stuck in that desire of want to do what you want to do. When it actually comes to somebody who means you some good, and mean you some good as in saying, bro, I got a job for you. Here go the application. Here go the link. You know what I'm saying? Sis, I wouldn't do that. This is reason being. But when you so stuck into your ways and your lifestyle and your flesh, you're not going to see or adhere to what anybody has to say that actually means some good to you. That's why what it says about the parched places.
But shall inhabit the parched places in the wilderness.
So you are inhabit the parched places. You will fall into a drought and you'll be in distress. Right. You're not going to understand why things are going because you overlooked what was actually, you overlooked who would really gonna help you. Right. So now you're in a place of distress. You're in a place of hunger, thirst. Go ahead.
In a salt land and not inhabited.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 7. Blessed is the man that trusteth in the Lord,
mm-hmm.
and whose hope the Lord is.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 8. For he shall be as a tree planted by the waters.
Now, you should be as a tree planted by the waters.
Right.
If you know anything about agriculture or anything like that, a plant that is planted by the water tend to get more nutrients, get the right amount of water, get the right amount of sunlight. Why? Because everything flows downstream.
Right.
But when you're in that desert, you don't have any source of that. All you have is the heat, the dry land. You might get rain, you might not. Go ahead.
And that spreadeth out her roots by the river.
So now this tree becomes strong. Now you become strong because you have a strong source of water. Right. You have a strong source of food. You have a strong source of brotherhood or sisterhood. You know what I'm saying? You still got that will to fight. You ain't limped over, dehydrated like a plant that without any water. Right. You're by the source. Your roots are spread out amongst the source. Now you have options other than depleting your option, and you feel as if weed is what's going to help. You know what I'm saying? Selling weed and drugs is going to help provide for your kids. It's providing for your kids temporarily. But when you're behind in the penitentiary, you're not providing anymore. Is another man calling your daughter? Is another man that your daughter is calling dad? Is another man that's calling your son is calling dad? Simple. Your mom cries many nights, man. Simple. You know what I mean? I mean, we could go all day about the do's and the don'ts, but are you going to adhere to what the priest of the school is saying?
Right.
Go ahead.
And shall not see when heat cometh.
And shall not see when heat cometh. You know why? It's because the man that planted it always going to have shade. Yeah. That plant he's always going to be right there by the water. Always going to have, you know what I'm saying, the fruits. Always going to have the just everything. Everything, perfect placement. But meanwhile, you know how hard it is to plant a plant without any water. Just throw a seed in the desert sand. Hell, even if the sand or the dirt isn't, cultivated right, you can't grow anything.
Right.
I mean, explain. Go ahead.
But her leaves shall be green, and shall not be careful in the year of drought.
So them leaves shall be green. Meaning them leaves are going to be strong. Them leaves are going to have efficient water and sources, meaning you as that green leaf should be strong, be efficient, Anything that you do, somebody should be able to get the same record, whether it's at your slave, your household, here in the school, whatever. You should have the same record. The same record. Them leaves should be green. Go ahead.
Neither shall cease from yielding fruit. Verse 9. The heart is deceitful above all things.
So like go right above yielding fruit. So like I forgot to break that down for y'all, because that's another key point of encouragement to fight. Go ahead.
But her leaf shall be green, and shall not be careful in the year of drought.
So in the year of drought, when everything is going through hell around you, everything, drug addiction, child support, you know what I mean, no job, you know, lost wages, whatever, lack of transportation, you know, ill-mannered husband or wife at home. Through all of that, when that drought is coming, go ahead.
Neither shall cease from yielding fruit.
You shall not cease. So when you planted strong in the truth and you planted strong with the Most High, don't matter what in the hell is going on around you, you still gonna stand strong regardless what is going on around you. But anybody will fall weak to fall back on that blunt or some cigarettes, to fall back being a drunkard. You know what I mean? Fall back on being loving money or sex. If you're not fighting all of that, you are just becoming another victim again. You're just relapsing. You're a Christian. Christians help you relapse. That's it. Go ahead.
Verse 9. The heart is deceitful above all things.
Your mind is deceitful. You think you're doing the right thing, but you're not. You thought you was doing the right thing, but you didn't. You know why? Because, hey, what? What I say wrong?
No, it's just funny. You think you're doing the right thing, but you didn't. You found out.
Right. I mean, what do women say nowadays? Oh, if he ain't gonna do this, go do that, or don't let a boyfriend keep you from your husband. Your boyfriend had his rod all up and through you. You think your husband don't notice that? I mean, come on, man. Like, you 40 years old saying boyfriend. I'm a 45-year-old man. Don't act like I don't know what the hell was going on 40 years of your life. You ran through it. Men too. Oh, I ain't gonna do this with a woman. She got to be the woman. Bro, you done ran through all these women. You expect your daughter to act like a goddamn wife. Right. You don't even deserve a wife. Right. She deserves a better dad, and you need a better father. Go ahead.
The heart is deceitful above all things.
Your heart is deceitful above all things. Go ahead.
And desperately wicked.
And wicked. You think you can scheme and do this and do that, and the Lord will knock at your front door in the morning and say, you know you effed up. You know you're wrong. Go ahead.
Who can know it?
What that's in the scene?
Yeah.
All right.
Go
ahead.
Oh, verse 10. I, the Lord, search the heart. I try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways. The
Lord searches your mind. He doesn't search what you think you're doing. The Lord searches your mind. It don't matter. You can be doing something right now, doing the good for views, like how they do online, you know, give out money, this and that. The Lord see that, and he know damn well that ain't what you really about. You giving $100 away to 2 or 3 homeless people. Meanwhile, we giving food and clothing and shelter to hundreds, thousands of homeless people, and not just our own, because we not wicked like the damn oppressor is. Right. To feed only our own, we gonna feed them all.
Right.
Because that's what the kingdom of heaven is really like. Real righteous priests is gonna do what they got to do for the betterment of the people, not the betterment of just mine. Mine come first, but at the end of the day, is the people. Everybody got a right to live. Everybody. But you hate the Mexican when they try to come over here and just work for $2. And the oppressor want $40. But man, it's 6 Mexicans work for $2. And it still ain't $40. Go ahead. Anything else on there?
And according to the fruit of his doings.
Mm-hmm. All right, let me get Ephesians 6 and 11. You have to put that armor of God on, man. You got to be willing to fight back, believe what you supposed to believe, fight the way you supposed to fight, man, and fight for and with and side by side for your relationship, your household, your brother, your sister. You know what I mean? You have to do it. And if you don't, you're a waste of a corpse. Just step to the side, man. Because we don't really need anybody who's going to fake the funk. People been faking the funk for the last damn 100 years. Marcus Garvey all the way down. They've been faking the funk, man. And it's time for somebody to actually take over and do what they really feel as if it's right. Because we all hurting. We all hurting. We all going through hell.
Right.
Let me know when you got it. You read it whenever you're ready.
This is Ephesians 6 and 11.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, put on the whole armor of God.
The armor, the breastplate, the helmet. You know what I'm saying? The greaves, the armbands, the greaves, the sword. Put all that on. And it ain't Christian like how they say, you know, oh, you got to do this and do that. Nah, put on the armor of God, meaning goddamn don't smoke. Fight your smoking addiction. You know what I mean? Fight your addiction of always disrespecting and talking back to your husband every goddamn chance you get. Fight that addiction. Fight the addiction of coming home being a drunk or going upside your wife's head. Fight that. Fight the addiction to fight for your kids to be productive Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian children or adults. Slocky. Fight for that. That's what you do, man. Fight as in putting your money in the next brother pocket that's in your nation. Right. Buy, sell, trade, you know what I'm saying, amongst our nation. That's how you fight, man. Put the armor of God on. It's not hard. I mean, you could buy a Fruit of Loom t-shirt plain, and you could buy the same Fruit of Loom t-shirt that say Louis Vuitton for $300. Right. Fight. Go ahead.
That ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
So you be able to stand against the devil. Everything the devil throwing at you, if you put that armor of God on, man, you have a fighting chance. You can't go on the football field and just a leather pad helmet like the rugby cats do, and then think you gonna play American football and you ain't gonna feel no type of pain. You ain't gonna wake up with any type of stress, anything. Put the armor on, because it's gladiator school out here. This real gladiator, and we bred and we waiting for the first opportunity we can show the spirit of the Lord behind us. Right. The wrath of God that's on our back, we waiting for the first opportunity. And again, I'm not saying go out here and be violent, but just because you could get violent don't mean you got the wrath of God on your back and the Lord on your back. You're going to do time. You have to do it in righteousness. Go ahead.
Verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
So it has nothing to do with flesh. It doesn't have nothing to do with me being black and a white man being white. It doesn't have anything to do with that. Go ahead, sir.
But against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
So that's all what the America serves to us. America served all of that. They try to strip us of our principles, make us undermine principalities, make us overlook principalities and everything like that, man. Right. And just they continue to provide us to be moralists. You know what I'm saying? No integrity, no dignity, no honor, no nothing. That's it on there? Yeah. All right. We on the last two precepts, y'all. Let me get Jeremiah 16 and 14.
It's Jeremiah 16 and verse 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that broughteth up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. Verse 15. But the Lord liveth, that brought the children of Israel from the land of the north.
The land of the what?
The land of the north.
The Lord brought the children of Israel out of what?
The land of the north.
What's the land of the north? Somebody in the chat. Go ahead, put it in the. And while we're waiting on them, anything in the chat?
We have Sister Crystal checking in, the rib of Officer Amawatch checking in.
Yeah, that's all the people check in.
Yeah.
Shoot, you go ahead, man. If they ain't got no comments or nothing, then
Yeah, the land of the north.
mm-hmm. The land of the north is more North America. North America. No longer, the Lord gonna say, read the precept from the top, if you could, Mo. Sure.
It's Jeremiah 16 and 14.
Mm-hmm.
Behold, the days come, said the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
So everybody knows right now, even the white man knows who the Lord brought out of Egypt. It's the Israelites. It's the Israelite.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 15. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
And then throughout time, when they look back on history, it's going to say the Lord brought out the Israelites out the land of the north. Go ahead.
And from all the lands whither he had driven them.
Mm-hmm.
And I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers.
So you got to understand again, for the thought, cause how many times, why do we always got to repeat ourselves? Why do we always got to say the same goddamn thing, read the same scriptures every other time?
Right.
Why? Because we're hard-headed. Right. And this is just a curse that the Lord is putting us through. And the Lord is giving the opportunity to make it right. And the time is very short. The time is very short. I mean, I might blink the next time and no, he ain't see you no more, Kyle. Well, now that sounds like some rapture BS. That what it sound like? You've been seeing them little rapture joints, like when they in church, and then when the rapture come, everybody clothes drop and then everybody starts screaming like, "Oh, I was left behind." Yeah, let me not say it like that, but hey, Lord Passover, the way that field set up, the way the Lord got everything sanctioned and set up, that's a beautiful place for the chariots to come out. Everybody just wait in single file line, and then we just seen Babylon is falling, and And it's like we wave at America. Well, we ain't waving at America. We might turn into the Jews and start spitting off the hood, the goddamn chariot. Go ahead. What you got?
It's like, what you just brought up about, they got them videos where they got left behind, their clothes on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't go to heaven or nothing. They went and had an orgy fest somewhere.
Right. Big naked. Naked as hell.
They went to a room with a brothel. Started throwing it around
in the circle. Hey, that bro funny. He said brothel. Hey, what precept you on?
He was on 15.
Okay.
I ain't finished though.
That was funny, man.
Okay, continue. And from the lands whither he had driven them,
mm-hmm.
and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their forefathers.
So if you know anything about the Bible, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, they got a land at the Lord. Who the fuck is this? Slacky. Excuse my speech, y'all. Salakia. We ain't big on surprise. Salakia, y'all, it's UPK, UPK thing we hold it down. Had a wonderful sister just come into class and everything like that. Everything's good. Good.
Okay. This is
Go ahead.
It's verse 6. Oh wait, you want to keep going or switching over?
Verse 16, right?
God,
Yeah. You go through that.
Verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
Behold, I will send for many fishers, said the Lord.
Now the Lord say he's going to send for many fishers. Everybody know a fisherman, his main objective is to go out there and catch whatever's in the sea, whatever.
Right.
But this, speaking in the scripture, the Lord is going to send many men to fish for other men, fish for the weak, fish for the weak men, fish for the weak sisters. Again, that's why when you look at Ezekiel 35, the valley of dry bone, and all the body parts got to come together and sew up they sinew to where we could be one body. And the same fishers is the man here in the ISUPK, because they hold the truth and they know what it takes to get off drug, to get your children back, to stop being a damn sexual deviant, to unaliving, and how to show brotherhood, sisterhood, and everything else that you don't believe in. And you don't know how I know you don't believe in it? Because you ain't in the class. You ain't in the school. We got a sister and a brother here right now, and where are you? On your couch smoking a blunt. That's what they doing, Kyle. Yeah. They love to smoke and come to class and say, well, Genesis 2 said, God gave man, herbs and whatever. Right. You know what I mean? Is that on 16?
Nah. I will send for many fishers, said the Lord, and they shall fish them.
Go ahead.
And after will I send for many hunters.
Now it comes to a point to where the Lord is going to have us fish and do right. The Lord is going to send us out there to talk to brothers. Just like a parent, you go talk to your child. You tell your child, I expect your homework to be done. I expect the dishes to be done. And I expect you to take a bath and go lay down. I'm fishing for you to do the right thing. But it comes to a point when you disobey my authority and you don't clean up. You don't do your homework. You go outside. Now I'm going to hunt your ass. I'm going to tell you behind up. Excuse my language. I'm going to tell you behind up. And that's what the Lord's going to do. Right. The Lord's going to send fishermen out there to fish for the ones who in dire need and the ones who bite. But the ones who don't bite, you'll be hunted. You'll be hunted right by your counterpart, the oppressor. The one that said, my body, my choice. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you can do whatever you want. This is the land of the free. Smoke all the weed you want. You will be hunted just like the oppressor.
Right.
Go ahead.
And I shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill.
Now we know when it comes to mountains and the hill, the oppressor got all these what is it called? The bomb bunkers.
Yeah, bunkers.
Yeah, they got bunkers. They got what is it called? Bomb shelters.
Yeah, shelters.
They got bomb shelters. They got bunkers and this and that. The Lord is going to send hunters who can, I got another precept too that's going to follow with that. The Lord is going to send hunters that know how to get into those things. Just imagine that we think we can hide in our basement and then the oppressor comes a complete different route and still able to handcuff us or unalive us. Right. How do you expect to think you can go in a hole in the wall, hole in the ground, and absolutely nobody can get you but the Lord? You have to come out for food and water. I mean, you have to. I mean, what are y'all going to do? Use the bathroom all in this little cubby? Something has to happen. Somebody has to be able to go in and come out. And if you're not going to go in and come out, somebody's going to go in and get you and bring your ass out. I mean, that's the honest truth. That's the honest truth. Go ahead.
Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk, they build them bunkers, right? Well,
see?
They already got this done.
Right. Go to Deuteronomy 28 and 68. Okay. And I got one more precept to back that up. Lord knows, I hope I can find it real quick. Go ahead, sis.
I was saying, I think they're very foolish to think that they can escape the Lord.
No, and that's right. And that's so heavy you say it, because that is straight foolishness. Right. And I believe it's a precept saying, the knowledge of the world is foolishness or something like that. And that's complete foolishness, because somebody has to create everything. Regardless if we created all this, somebody has to give us a mental fortitude and the physical ability to be able to do all this. So how can you hide from the one who gives you the power to do this? Like writing books. I could write a book. You could write a book. He could write a book. But how can I write a book that somebody who created me can't read? You get what I mean? Right. No, you got it.
It's Deuteronomy 28, verse 68.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Now the last precept say you ain't even gonna call the Lord by the God that got the kids out of Israel or out of Egypt. Salakia. Go ahead. Right. Hold on one more time. So if we can't call the Lord out of the God that got the children of Israel out of Egypt, but the ones out of the land of the north after the slavery in Egypt, where did we go? To North America.
Right.
That's exactly where we went. You can't tell me that the Bible is not based around Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. The reason why we believe it's not is because God loves everybody. Knowing damn well me and you ain't been on the cotton fields together with a goddamn oppressor. Come on now. Me and you ain't run from Jerusalem all the way to Egypt and the oppressor was side by side with us. Come on, man. Dylan Storm Roof don't look nothing like us. Anything in the chat? I want to get this last precept, but I can't even think about how it goes. You got anything? You got any questions, sis? Or that your questions is side of it? If it's a sideways chat, you ain't got to bring it out on live.
I was gonna say, as far as like the Israelites that don't obey, they gonna get the same punishment as the oppressor.
Right. And matter of fact, get that precept that say though hand join hand in hand, because it's even the scripture that tells us like if you want to join with every other nation, you're gonna be charged like every other nation. And when you look at Martin Luther King, you know, do mind he been unalive in what I think it was 68, 69, something like that. Even though he lost his life then, he's going to be charged when Donald Trump and his family get charged. Like, you're not going to flee the judgment of the Lord. Like, period, point blank, ain't no getting around it. You might got away with it temporarily or lost somebody then, and they in this whole cycle of life right now. But when the time comes and the Lord set judgment on who's going to be in heaven and hell, Martin Luther King going to be right there with Donald Trump. Like, simple. Polishing my goddamn boots right for camp, both of them. Left foot, right foot. Simple. Go ahead.
This is Proverbs 11 and 21.
Mm-hmm.
Though hands join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished.
The wicked shall not what?
Be unpunished.
On what?
Unpunished.
There we go. Wicked is when you go to a Christian church and you got a question, they don't want to answer it. When you got a legit question, I'm just random. I don't know your situation. Legit question. Let me see. How am I supposed to fight for my marriage? And they say, woman, thou lose. If he don't want to work, he don't want to do this, leave. That right there, that is wickedness. That pastor that don't want to give you the truth versus what he think or wants you to do, that's wickedness. And the same way he lied about it like that, he gonna be right next. That same pastor with that small lie like that, he gonna be right there with the KKK that was doing the hangings back in the 60s. The judgment is all gonna be the same. But man, listen, man, I need this last precept. Matter of fact, I'll pull it at the class. Man, check this out. We the Israelite School, Universal Practical Knowledge. Start out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. What, you got something? You got someone there? Rule for a brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which a brother or sister will court each other. After 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10. Means 10th in Hebrew, ma'ashera. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering, not slagia. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Up holy convocations, announce. We got Passover. Yes, sir. 14th day of the first month, April 20th, 2024. You can find it Exodus 12, verse 1-51, Leviticus 23, 4-5, 1 Corinthians 5, 7-8, and 2 Corinthians 30 and 17. We got Passover, we got Feast of Unleavened Bread, we got the All Black Party, we got the land slaughter, we got a bunch of functions and things like that for the kids. Brotherhood, sisterhood is about to be out the wazoo and the buku. Pull up. If you ain't there, you only got one excuse because of penitentiary. Outside of that, you are a Christian. Simple. You are a Christian. Reminder Akim and Agwa to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone want to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and war scarf. And with that, man, shalom.